An historic ruling from the state Supreme Court this morning. A majority of the justices ruled the state can collect taxes on capital gains. King 5's Drew Mickelson joins us live from Olympia, where Democrats and Republicans have very different reactions to this ruling. Drew.
Good afternoon, Christine. Yeah, from Democrats, we're hearing that today is a great day, but Republicans tell us they feel this is a bad sign of things to come. This tax may only impact 7,000 people in the state, but it's the form of taxation that generated that lawsuit and today's ruling here from the state Supreme Court that the capital gains tax is constitutional in the state. Governor Jay Inslee signed it into law back in 2021. It taxes the state's top investment earners on their stocks and bonds profits. Now, critics sued, saying those profits are income, and an income tax is unconstitutional in the state. But Democrats argued it was an excise tax and a more fair way to generate funds for child care and schools. It's predicted to bring in about $500 million every year. The governor called it one of the legislature's greatest accomplishments of the past decade.
There has been an invisible injustice for over a century now in the state of Washington, where working people were bearing an unfair burden for paying for our schools and everything that we hold dear.
Well, I'm a little surprised, right? Because every other state in the union and the IRS still calls it an income tax. I guess the one saving grace here is that they did call it an excise tax and they didn't change the longstanding ruling that income is property. So I know their goal is to get a full-blown income tax, and this ruling today shouldn't give them the ability to do that.
But Senator Wilson said Washingtonians, taxpayers should be on guard because she feels like that threshold for the capital gains tax will eventually be lowered and more people will have to pay that. As you heard her mention, the income tax amendment has not been stricken down. It still remains on the books. That's not something that the Supreme Court did today. But there is the fear that with this victory, maybe Democrats will push for an income tax. I asked the governor that today. He said he has no plans on implementing an income tax for the state of Washington. Christine?
And one other thing, Drew, I know we're heading into the budget portion of the legislature right now. Will this ruling impact those budget decisions?
Well, we got the Senate version yesterday, and I asked Senate budget spokespeople if that would change their budget, and no was the answer there. They had already planned on this going either way, so they did not base anything based on today's ruling. However, Monday, we're going to see the House's version, and House budget writers today were a little coy as to whether or not today's decision will play into where the numbers end up. But we'll see on Monday.